bringing you the latest news from Coronado Athletics. This is the Mustang Fan Zone podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome into a late starting high school fan zone. I apologize for that. The host was got caught in Lubbock traffic, which I don't think that's happened in 13 years of living in Lubbock that I've gotten caught in that bad enough traffic. But we're here. We're going to jump into the Mustang fan zone. This is 100.7 The Score. I've got a lot of Coronado girls soccer folks with me. I'm going to let them introduce themselves so that radio folks know them by voice. So I'm going to start at the very far left of me if you're watching on TV.
Victoria Oliverez.
Who is the first-year coach?
First-year coach at Coronado High School.
I'm Aniah Cortez.
I'm Julia Pesina.
And the two girls have been in the program for quite a while because your names are very familiar to me. I mentioned Julia. I met you once last year. I don't remember if it was a playoff match or if it was early in the season. And Aniah, your name's been around for a while too. Are you a younger sister? Did you have? Okay.
I'm the oldest.
Okay, you're the oldest. There you go. You're setting the tone. So, Victoria, thank you for bringing these girls in. Thank you for coming. We were just talking in our brief break there. You came over to Coronado's program from Monterey?
Yes.
Okay.
So I coached 2 years at Monterey with Coach Loeffler as his assistant, and then this is my first year as a head coach at Coronado.
And you clearly don't mind big challenges because, as you know from being at Monterey, Coronado's been really good. These two girls have a lot to do with it, but Coronado's been kind of one of the standard bearers in Lubbock in girls soccer for a while.
Right.
Why is that, girls? I know that's a wide open question, but Aniah, why have you guys been so good on the soccer pitch these last couple of years, these last several years, basically ever since Coach Caldwell got it started?
I don't know. I mean, it has to do with Coach Caldwell. Obviously, he's a good coach, so if he can coach. If girls are coachable, then you can make a good team out of like anyone. So that's probably why.
I'm a two-time girl dad, so I know exactly what you're talking about there. Julia, I promise we won't talk too much about that. Julie or Julia?
Julia.
Okay, my sister's name is Julia. I want to make sure I get it correct here. We're not going to talk too much about this, but you guys were that close to winning a regional tournament playoff match last year. Remind me what happened, because that was a weird day because you, Friendship, and the Monterey boys all lost kind of weird outcomes. What happened in your match, and then we'll get you to talk about the positive spin from that.
Unfortunately, we had an own goal by one of our forwards. She went in and played center back, and she did the best she could. It was just very unlucky. 1-0,
right?
Yes.
Yep. It was just, I think that was all three matches finished 1-0 that day. Like I said, we can spin that forward, though. You guys got to the regional tournament for the third year in a row?
I don't know.
I know
I'm not sure.
Maybe it was 2 years before you and Lubbock Cooper both got there because I was there that day. It was a very sunny, bright day. You both all played very well. What did you take, both of you girls, what did you take from that close loss that I'm going to let one of you go here because we're coming up on a break, but Aniah, what did you guys learn from that match that day that carried you into this year?
I think we just learned you have to adjust because a lot of people were moved around to different places to adjust to how the team was playing, and Caldwell just tried to help us adjust to what they were doing by moving people to different places, but the players also had to adjust to playing in a whole different position and stuff. So I feel like that's what we kind of learned.
That's a good segue because then in the offseason you had to adjust to a new coach, and coach had to adjust to you. So there's been a lot of adjustment, and you guys have played very well during that process. So we're coming up on our first break on the High School Fan Zone. I'm Randy Rosetta. This is 100.7 The Score. We'll be back after the break on the Mustang Fan Zone.
Diving headfirst into Coronado Athletics. You're listening to the Mustang Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score on the 100.7 The Score mobile app.
Welcome back to the second segment of the Mustang Fan Zone. I have to make sure that this is, so as you can see, I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan, so I'm a little frazzled this week. I'm ready for game day to be here. I'm going to try to take deep breaths in between here. I've got some pros here with me from soccer program. Got a little bit of background from them as we were in the break there. Both of you have played in a regional tournament. There's no such thing as a regional tournament anymore. It'll just be the regional finals. Why is this a team that could duplicate that success? And you have a lot of players back. You have a lot of experience. You've got a first-year coach who's eager to get you there. Why is this a team that could start to chop wood to get you back to where you were last year?
I think because everyone has like a lot of passion, we're all very competitive. So like if we want it, like we're gonna do it. We're gonna go out there and play. We're gonna put our all into the games, and we'll like do our best to get there again.
What about you, Julia?
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. We're all very determined, and I think we all have goals going into the season, so we just follow up with it.
So coach is new, and not new to soccer, but new to you guys. You played for a coach who demanded and got a lot out of you. What's the adjustment been like for you, Victoria, to come over as a head coach to inherit a team that has some talent that has these expectations?
I think the biggest adjustment was to get the girls to trust me, first and foremost. It's coming from a rival school that, I don't think that they really knew what to expect when I was coming in. But I think we have made some progress, and we're doing a really good job this year so far. So,
what's the adjustment been like for you guys? Because she coaches, I think a lot of people would not, this is not a very strong limb I'm going at. She's a lot different personality than Coach Caldwell. How's that adjustment been for you?
I think we had a little bit of difficulty trusting her, but as we've gone to like know her as a person and as a coach, it's just our bond has gotten stronger, and the team has adjusted to it very well. We're an adjustable team, coachable team. So
what about you, Aniah? Because you were around Coach Caldwell as long as anybody has been around him.
Yeah, it was definitely an adjustment. Like they coach differently. Like you just have to get used to how different they are. But like Joel said, after a while, like you getting used to it, and we all like get along, and we all trust each other again.
Victoria, once that bond was established, what's this team? Why have you been so successful already?
Well, I definitely have several go-getters on the team. They're all very determined to, get the next win. So yeah, we've been successful because they really want it.
And your district is no joke.
No,
especially
it's really hard.
When it grew.
Right.
And Monterey has had some success. Amarillo, I believe, Monterey just tied Amarillo this last week, so they kind of showed that can be done.
Right.
What do you want to see from these girls in the immediate future as you begin down that more arduous district road?
I definitely want to see my girls healthy, and they can definitely get it done. We were missing one of our center backs when we played Amarillo, and so I believe that would have made a big difference. I believe we could have probably tied them too, not beat them. But going forward, I want my girls to be healthy so that we can get these wins that I know we can get.
Aniah, how good is this team going to be if I bring you back here, and when is the regional tournament? Would have been late March, that level. If I have you come back in March, how good will this team be by then?
I think the team will be really good. Like we get more experience with each other, and like as we continue to like just go through the season, like we'll all grow. We're always learning. We continue to practice, so we're always just going to get better and better.
You didn't know I was going to make you look into a crystal ball, did you? What about you, Julie? So I'll say this. We talked a little bit. You played a couple years at Lubbock Cooper, which has a really good program. They also had a coaching change, too. They've adjusted to their new coach. So you've been around really good programs. Why does this team have a chance to do big things this year?
I think this team has a chance to do big things just because we have such a strong bond with the girls, not on the field, but off the field as well. We're very determined, and we work hard in practice and in games, and I think we can do it.
So I already threatened to have you come back on. You guys are going to come back on sometime here in a few weeks when we talk more about soccer?
Mm-hmm.
We'll know more about where you're headed by then. Victoria, what's this been like? We're coming up at the end of the segment here, but what's it been like to be a first-year varsity head coach with this group?
It's definitely been an adjustment. There's a lot of roles that I didn't know that I was going to have to, do, but it's been a blessing. I've gotten really close and had the chance to meet new girls, and I love them so much, and I'm grateful to be where I am.
You inherited a good program, but I would imagine it has been some work when those expectations are there. That doesn't make it necessarily easier. It makes there can be some challenges there. So,
right.
But Victoria and Coronado are off to a great start this season. We are going to have them back on later and talk when we get closer to the playoffs. We're going to come up on a break here on The high school fan zone will be back after the break with the Matador fan zone on 100.7 The Score.